So next up, it's Go Woke or Go Broke. We have this segment, and we do this every so often. It's called the Go Woke or Go Broke segment. And basically the segment is about folks who are trying to cancel you because they don't like the fact that you support a Republican in the workplace. So it's primarily in the workplace. And Go Woke or Go Broke. So they don't like your company because your company wrote a check to Donald Trump and supported his campaign. Or they don't like your company because of the fact that you employ people who actually support Donald Trump or a Republican in their campaign. Or it's a company that finds it's necessary to move because the state has become so far left that they just feel unwelcome. So that's Go Woke or Go Broke. On this Go Woke or Go Broke, we are talking about Sunny Hostin. I think that's how you say her last name. She's from The View. Sunny Hostin wants to cancel Trump supporters. So yes, Sunny Hostin wants to cancel Trump supporters. Why do we know that? Because she said so. So ABC News, The View, co-host Sunny Hostin feels that over 68 million Americans, it's actually 71 million Americans now, who voted for President Trump are selfish because they voted for someone who says they voted for someone who is racist, misogynistic, and homophobic. I mean, come on. I mean, that's not all these people have now. It's all they have that's left. And yet, meanwhile, Donald Trump got more African Americans, men and women, to vote for him than any other Republican president. I mean, come on, give me a break. So nonetheless, we have two clips from Sunny Hostin about this. And here is the first clip.
Because for me, that means that you are selfish, right? I'm not going to say that 50% of Americans are racist and sexist and homophobic, but I will say that that tells me that they will look the other way to that kind of behavior, to the plight of their fellow Americans, if personally they feel that they are doing okay and that they will do better under that type of presidency. And that, I think, is despicable. It is un-American.
She called 71 million Americans despicable and un-American. Sunny Hostin just called 71 million Americans despicable and un-American. I mean, this is so sick. This is so dangerous. This is so divisive. And here's the person who just called Donald Trump divisive, racist, misogynistic, and homophobic, being divisive. She's trying to cancel Trump voters. Don't believe me? We have a second clip. Listen to this one.
And I think those people in his administration that not only drafted some of those policies, but were complicit in those policies shouldn't be forgotten. People like Kirstjen Nielsen, people like Stephen Miller, people like Kellyanne Conway, people like Vice President Pence, who was woefully inadequate at his role of being the head of the coronavirus task force, and people like Ben Carson and Betsy DeVos. I don't think that those people should be able to profit from their experience within the Trump administration, and I don't think that they should be forgotten. And I don't think that we should look the other way. I think we need to remember, because if you don't remember things, then past becomes prologue. And I do think that people need to be held accountable for their actions. And I don't think it is reminiscent of McCarthyism at all.
No, it's not reminiscent of McCarthyism to try to cancel all the Trump supporters and, moreover, to stop them from getting employment post-Trump presidency, which is what she's suggesting. Sunny Hostin is suggesting that if you worked for Donald Trump and if you were a big supporter of Donald Trump, that you shouldn't be able to work after this election if Donald Trump is the loser or when he leaves office. You shouldn't be able to work. You shouldn't be able to get a job. People should not be able to hire you. And that's the accountability commission, that she's suggesting, that you can't work because of who you support. But it's not McCarthyism, is it? No, it's worse than that. It's actually totalitarianism. It's exactly like the social credit scoring that is occurring in communist China, where you have a social credit score. If it's high, your social credit score, and it's high because you support the communist government, and you say so in social media, and you always say nice things about them and support them, then you get a high social credit score, which means you can really get bargains on houses and interest rates and on cars. But if you criticize the Chinese government, then you get a low social credit score, in which case you actually will get kicked out of your house. Your private property will be taken from you. You will lose your job. You can't get a job. That's exactly what Sonny Hostin is suggesting in this clip. That if you supported Donald Trump or if you worked for him, you can't work in the private sector. It's not allowed because your social credit score is too low. You're too dangerous. I mean, this is just ridiculous. And one of the people that she wants to get rid of is Betsy DeVos. By get rid of, she wants to cancel Betsy DeVos because she's a Trump enabler and she should never be able to get another job again after having served Donald Trump. And what is Betsy DeVos trying to do? She's trying to improve public education in the inner cities of the most vulnerable people in our society who have really bad educational institutions, public K-12 education in their cities. Betsy DeVos is trying to improve that by giving those children school choice. And yet she must be held accountable. She must be given a low social credit score. She must be, demonized and never be able to work again. I got to tell you something. This is the left. And wherever the left gains power and authority, they ultimately become more and more authoritarian. And they become more and more like the socialists, which is who they are. And now, I never thought I would say this, but now they're becoming more and more like communist China in their intolerance of free speech and intolerance of alternative ideas and intolerance of critical thinking skills. They must cancel you. And so that is this week's Go Woke or Go Broke. Sonny Hostin wants to cancel Trump supporters.